Meeting to order, 7 o'clock.
I move to accept the minutes as written.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
You have to be quicker, Todd, or we're not gonna get any communication.
And bills are going around. Mr. Tim Smith, you were up for a visitor. You can come up here if you want.
Yep, we got a room right here.
Okay, sit here.
Yeah, no, you can sit in Danny's chair, he's not here.
Yeah.
He told me he wasn't coming, so.
Ah, he told me he was. That was Friday.
I see him this morning.
Nice. So, you want me to start in?
Yep.
Okay. Dave Davio, Pike Industries, dropped off a bid to Danny on Friday towards this year's paving.
I already know it's,
We haven't had a chance to look at it yet.
oh,
Yeah.
I already heard about it though.
Yep.
Yeah.
Looks like he has 3 roads on the list: Noble Hill, Curly Road, and Marvin Road.
Yep.
That's the only one.
For grand total
I
of
thought there was,
Wasn't he gonna do Stanley Hill too?
Stanley Hill, I thought.
yeah, there was
Being
5.
considered. Yeah.
okay, because he only had me mark out 3,
Okay, so
and
he's,
that's what the quote
well,
is.
Stanley Hill's not that as bad as the other ones.
I think we wanted to get a number.
Oh, well, but I don't know, did the others all do that? I think
I
he'd had them
don't-
all do the same.
But anyways,
We'll go.
Anyways,
So that could be.
the 3 that he gave me, we came up with a grand total of 1,525 ton altogether with 2 skip moves, because they're so spaced out between
Yeah.
the 3 locations. And, all inclusive, it's $88.18 a ton. Is what the, bottom dollar came down to for us. That's installed. all
And
said
that
done.
is with a rubber tired roller.
That is with the rubber tire roller. Last year, we had a catastrophic failure with the roller. One of the new guys put DEF in the fuel tank.
Well,
It literally made it about 10 yards off from where it was parked in the motorway. So I made it very clear that we're not allowed to pave up here without one, because you guys have always been good to us about being up here with a rubber tire roller.
yeah.
And we have 2 brand new ones ready to go. And when approved, I believe that you also have Hungerford that also bid on it. I'm not sure if you have anybody else.
Gray's paving from Nuclear.
Yeah, cool. That's all.
Coventry.
Not in here.
Huh?
Those bids aren't in here?
Right here. All 3 bids.
Don't know where we were at in comparison with other folks.
Well, we don't know now because I thought they'd added others and so
Yeah,
we'll know, but well, we got the cost per ton.
Yeah,
So
that's where it's at.
And
is the
what's,
cost per ton.
what's the cost to move? Because if we had to move,
That was all included in the 88.
if we had that one more section.
Yeah, yeah.
they'd
So if you
actually-
have one more section, depending on distance, how far is it from
5 miles.
5 miles? It's
I mean, they're all pretty much within
Yeah, you'd move, yeah.
Within
So,
that,
yeah.
5 miles.
Yeah,
kinda either
So
way.
Noble Hill was on West Berkshire Road,
correct, yep.
so, and then
The other one's
Stan-
on the- the other one's on-
Stanley Hill's at the end of West Berkshire Road as you're headed.
Right, and then Marvin's way down
Yeah.
on 105.
Yeah.
Is it closer to that end, or, because I'm trying to figure, if it's in order that we do it in,
You would
I'd
probably
get the
start
numbers cheaper.
there.
You'd
there,
start at
then there.
Noble probably and then move
Work your way
to
back.
Stanley or start at Marvin
Marvin,
Road,
work our way back
work your
towards
way
this
back-
end of town?
Back out
Okay.
towards Enosburg.
Depending on what direction you're gonna go in after.
Right, well, we always pave,
Customer to customer.
we always pave away from the plant.
Yeah,
That's,
first.
That's a given.
So you just go as far away as
So we
the
start
plant.
as far as we can
So-
and then move inward.
So we have
Pearly
one
Road.
So
Pearly
what-
Road,
Pearly
Marvin
Road, Marvin Road, and
Stanley Road, Noble Hill.
Okay, it's hard for me to throw a number on how much the mold would be, but honestly, worst case now, we'll walk the equipment.
the equipment on that isn't
As long as it's not dirt road,
It's blacktop.
It's all-
if it's blacktop, it's not
blacktop.
that big of a deal.
Yeah, it's all black.
They're all blacktop.
Yeah, the only difference is I don't have a number to give you except for that 8818. That is the cost
So, we'll,
of the
they're gonna-
asphalt install.
Like
So,
from one road to the other.
and it would just add one more day to our paving, depending on tonnage, on what the,
Because I think it all together was, what, 1.5 mile altogether, all 5.
does the other bids there, so does he got all the roads out now?
I-
Just for pure curiosity.
It doesn't, I think it's just a tonnage.
yeah,
Cause I could run them up and show them where that other spot is, if you want, you got your ruler?
oh, yeah, I don't even.
Well, no, you're making a good point.
Yeah.
No, you're here.
We have to take my truck, I got everything in
Okay.
here, you show me where we're going and we'll go.
There's still 3, yeah?
Yeah.
Be back.
We're good.
Burley, Marvin,
We're good.
The other one, the one that don't have Spurley.
Marvin, Furley Road.
Yeah, the only
Stanley.
Just in case they had that figured in, we'll get it in there, so.
yeah, they had Noble Hill, Pearlie, and Marvin is what.
Yeah, that's what's on,
All the other bids?
Grays. I don't know,
Hungerford, they came to me
Hungerford.
looking for 3,500 ton worth of mix
yeah.
for up here.
I
And
don't-
we were all like, where is that all going?
Hungerford, so maybe,
Oh,
Maybe they got
it
somebody,
might be bidding on
Richfords.
what about our parking
our
lot?
parking lot, we got a new build going in.
I bet that's what it is.
Yeah.
I bet that was the contract.
That's what that is.
They really want that bid more.
They can have it, we don't do parking lot.
Yeah, no, we do
No,
that.
I'm joking, if that's part of it, it's part of it.
Yeah,
But yeah, if we wanna run up and take a peek at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we'll do that.
Yeah.
and-
Go ahead.
Awesome.
So which one don't he have? Noble Hill or
Stanley.
Stanley?
Stanley.
Didn't have Stanley. Yep.
Noble Hill, Furley Road, Marvin Road, Grays. And Hungerford's, Richard Road.
It's too bad we couldn't coordinate with some of these other
Richford,
towns.
Richford Road?
Yeah, they got Richford Road, Noble Hill, Furley Road, and Marvin Road.
Where are they going on Iron?
We did, oh no, Richford Road. Where are they going on Richford Road? That was a whole different gambit that we
Richford Road's on
discussed.
there?
On Hungerford's,
But even,
That's a whole
but
different,
even,
that's a
but
whole
even-
different gambit.
yeah.
That,
Even the Marvin Road.
well, that was the road that needed culverts and we talked
Right.
about the LFO permit.
Yeah,
Maybe
that
we'll
was.
talk with the state
we
to help
didn't-
us and,
That was only when we got, if we were gonna get federally funded. For,
Yeah, so-
for Richford Road, so, which,
I don't know how Emily did make out with, contacting those people with the state, if we got any feedback from
We
her, you know, for,
But I thought we.
did she
decided-
receive
I thought
back
we
any?
decided the Marvin Road was just gonna patch the hole.
Well, I know they got it marked. I was on there the other day, just kind of doing a little circle around here and there and,
Cause that,
yes, so this is what she just got Wednesday, 4:30. For that, this was for the, the grant
oh. Information. at this point.
information that we were approved for that, but, so you have, we looked it up, and you have 2 years to get that,
completed?
yes. So if you don't wanna do it this year, which would probably be smart, put it off till,
It's been recommended for approval.
yes.
Yep. Fully executed, 100% to for this one. Good. Oh, but that's good news. Environmental review if not exempt or previously completed.
Says it. That's about money for a culvert?
No, that's for the paving
Well,
Right.
of the Richford Road.
how much of that? 3 miles?
for,
Mile and a half.
it doesn't, whatever, I don't know what it was applied for. I imagine it was applied for.
Oh, that was very nice. Yeah, yep. And they clearly stated, you know, they're not gonna go good for anything that we have to do, that we would need to do.
Right.
Up until that July 2025 date.
Right.
But they're in support of it though.
Right.
So that's the first step.
Which is good.
That's the first step. Yep.
Here's the bids for that.
Here you go, Andy, take a look at these here.
Did the other guys break it down by the ton or?
8818.
Oh, I just wondered if the other pavers broke it down by the ton like they did.
I think so.
Well, Noble, yeah.
Yeah, this one
They
installed.
just, Pike just gave it an all-inclusive
Number.
total.
These guys 93.50 a ton.
We did ask for it to be broke down, as my understanding too, right? So we could, we don't,
Yeah, well, yeah, he said he had prices on,
but we haven't got
right,
it from
it's
him
not, right.
yet.
Yeah, well, so there's any. Yep.
Yeah, we'll have to put this on a spreadsheet and break, some have it in square yard, some have it in lineal feet. But there's information here that we can start, or we can start to put together. Noble Hill, 2850 lineal feet by 22 feet. So you look at Noble Hill,
290.
2850 feet by 22 feet. And they put it in square yards. So, see, this is what, Noble 2850,
290.
22. No, I guess they are.
They're-
I guess they are the
they're
same.
close, Yep.
They
They're
just
close.
bring it to one more step in
Yeah.
bringing it to square yards.
I know. They charge us every time we move. It's too bad we couldn't get hold of these other towns and say, hey, when you blacktop
Yeah.
that road, you know, that we'll pay to get to the bottom, or you don't have to pay for moving the darn thing.
Yeah.
I'll
Each
add
one.
these up.
Yeah.
I'll add these
Oh,
It
up.
costs that every time they move.
What do they charge you move? Don't know.
I'll add that in the truck. Do they tell here? Or they just give you a
What's
number?
that?
What
if
it
they're
costs
charging
to
you
move.
What do you got on that? Yeah, we'll just tell you those.
I wonder if they
What do you
charge
got,
by the
69,
mile or by
600?
the, you know, cause everybody,
Plus,
we're all
that's
going,
total? Oh, no,
well-
plus this right here, right?
Must.
That's for Noble Hill.
Yeah. 36.
Shim coat and top coat.
Yeah.
Plus what?
34, 800.
104,400. I put a little note there for us, underneath it.
Okay. I don't want to mark.
Oh, that's
it,
our
so-
copy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's our copy. 104,400. That just gives us a better way to correspond to each of them. So what do you got on the next one?
12,960.
12,960 plus
25,800.
25,800. 38,760. Yep.
2,400,
2,400,
no,
24,000?
20,400.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
40,800.
61,200.
Summer. Okay, that's for the 2026
Oh, all right.
estimate. Or whatever.
Now, what do you got? What the heck?
102,
102,
080,
080 plus
204,
204,
160.
160, 306, 240. Graves. I'm just putting this here down on my
Oh.
note. That's how much per ton they were charging. Just for the. So
They didn't break it down.
they didn't break it down.
He's got Hungerford.
Okay.
This one says 93.50 per ton on Hungerford,
Laid down.
but it,
Hungerford 93.50 per
but
ton.
that don't show whether it's moving, any moving is in there.
It's all included.
All inclusive.
It's all in the price.
So what does that down at the bottom mean, right there where it says price, this payment terms? Right here, it says something about this number, what's that mean?
Well, what's it say? Hungerford Paving reserves the right to adjust pricing based on AC pricing index determined by VACT for material produced by period as specified in the standard specifications of item 406.50 AC price adjustments will be paid for all material produced. Escalation will be calculated on a book price of $621 per ton.
So that's your
So
mix.
Huh?
That must be your mixed price.
Well, they've got an escalation cost built in, so that can go up.
Two.
It is
Up to
Up
six,
to
by that much,
600.
right?
up to 620.
Per ton.
That's what I said, what the heck's that mean?
Good catch.
What does that mean exactly?
Well, escalation
yeah.
is increase.
Yeah,
So we might want clarification on
cause they
that.
could tell, okay, now you're gonna pay that?
About charge and then that's
Well,
just a
must be they're
standard.
covering themselves if their cost goes up.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. So how does that look compared to what you've got on here? Just to
Oh,
begin,
for,
well, you got,
add them all up. No,
probably can.
I can't.
So he's got Noble, what's this here?
Okay,
Rickford.
oh, okay, no,
Yeah, that's
just do,
Rickford Road, so it's just these three
the-
here, right?
yeah. 73,
Okay, hold on. 73,
398,
398 plus
27,
27,
022,
022 plus
43,
43, 0,
10.
10 plus
Nope, that's it.
equals 143, 430.
143,
3, 430.
430.
Yep.
That was just.
There you go. Right.
143,
So, yeah.
10,000. So,
All right.
uh,
Go ahead.
104,
104,
400,
400 plus
38,
38,
760.
760
Yep.
plus
61, 200.
61,200 equals 204, 360. 360. Yeah.
204, 134, 10,000.
Close, oh, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Those guys are over the mountain too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
you cover- It's just-
yeah,
Pretty much.
same business.
Right.
Right.
And
Yeah.
everything's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Pike and Hungerford are
Hungerford.
close. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
10,000
Yeah.
different.
Yeah. And when you look at the size of the companies too.
Right.
That sounds good because of
Right.
the volume.
The volume that-
Sure,
Yeah.
sure,
I mean,
yeah.
he's buying the mix from them, so I mean, really, in all reality,
Yeah,
he's probably,
yeah,
they're probably pretty close.
yeah. But when you own it, it makes a difference.
Right.
Just
Right.
like I tell people, well, let's go get a bid and let's do a bid against Casella Waste. I said, well, we can, but one's gotta walk the fine line. They own the landfills.
Right, right.
Have we signed everything? Andy, you signed everything?
I signed, I think, everything.
Here.
He was in the middle of it.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, he's doing
He
it.
signed it, so he must be done.
Yeah,
Is he?
Oh, Tony's on that one. Yeah, I got to,
You
I'll
and
give it to
Tony.
Andy.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, so,
How's the building?
just-
Okay, go ahead.
we'll go to the new garage updates. There's some, this is a quote from Impact Fire on, we had some, requirements for the fire inspector,
Oh, okay.
fire extinguishers, bathroom sign.
Yeah,
The way they had to, it was just, nothing big, it was just stuff that
Right.
we needed to.
yeah. Yeah, that
look
makes
at.
sense. That makes
And,
sense.
These are this is a quote for the fire extinguishers for over there.
Okay.
How much is that quote?
1346 even.
And I'm assuming that with them, that they deal with,
Yeah, and what we should probably, there's somewhere, I would assume, there also is a inspection report with the state fire marshal as well.
yeah, there's a-
yes, I
I
do believe
think that may coincide with that.
Yes, because he wanted to be present for the fire door inspection.
Yeah,
He wanted to,
yeah,
I guess.
yeah. Hi, Emily.
Hi, would you like me to take over? All right. You guys didn't get very far, did you? You're still
Well-
talking about the garage.
Well,
No,
we
we're
haven't
not.
even-
We ain't got the garage, we're working on the bike thing, the bike top thing.
Oh,
And two of them have
Well,
gone for a
you didn't
ride.
think we were gonna
Do it with
get
that?
way
Yeah,
so investigate.
we're just taking our time.
Yeah.
okay, no, it's fine. So, like I
Well,
said,
thank you. We're glad you agree.
no, it's fine. Like Tim said that he'd be here around 7:30 or whatever from
Okay, yeah.
yeah, which is fine. So,
He's gone for a ride right now.
Tony's gone with a guy from Pike.
Is that Tim?
Yeah.
no,
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 Dave. Did you say his name was Dave?
yeah, no. Dave was supposed, yeah, was
Okay,
ended
from
up
Pike
wanting
was
to-
supposed-
yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
So did you guys have any thoughts on the security system for that new road?
So we hadn't got that far because I didn't see any literature on it, so
I know, I don't
just
have
went to
any
the
literature,
impact.
it was just, we said that we really had to think about it.
Oh.
And it was a thought in my head yesterday, or, you know,
Right,
whatever, so I
yeah.
was like, we need to just kind of bring it up, like,
Well, I think I got
we
that
don't have to
one.
decide
You
on
did that
anything,
one?
but we need to
I need
talk
to look at
about
the name.
what we're gonna do,
Okay,
as
so-
we're getting to that.
Tony,
Right.
Tony's the only one that
Well,
got
they
that.
make things pretty easily.
Like, yeah, something that
Install
goes
these
right to
things.
your phones, or
Yeah.
right to somebody.
But hey, it comes right up.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
At some point, yeah.
Okay, I'll make a motion to get this
Second.
thing.
All in favor?
Fine.
And we had just, before you walked in, Emily, we were just saying that that probably coincides with our building inspection with the state of Vermont guy as well.
That's what I said, like, I sent it to Jeffrey Bryant,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he's obviously busy, he
Yeah.
didn't get back to me, so I'm
Yeah.
like, if you guys approve it, I'm like,
But
let's
these
go.
guys are pretty good when you have them.
Back to that.
Nope, I just gotta,
Okay.
all I gotta do is email her and say, Dave,
What'd they do?
okay, no, it's just good to put a face with a name.
And he was introduced wrong. He's not Tim Smith.
I'm Dave.
Well, that's what I thought. Somebody said Tim
No.
Smith.
Dave Davio.
So yes, this is Dave from Pike, but Tim is coming to talk about, the Franklin County Industrial
Yeah.
Development. He comes once a year, and he's not showing up until around 7:30 or so, so
Okay.
sorry.
No, it's all good.
Okay.
It's all good.
Yeah, he
It's all
goes,
good.
I says,
Because I knew,
says, when I introduced her, I says, that ain't the name you just were given.
because I know Tim Smith.
It's all good.
And he didn't look like it. But there could be another.
There is, because one lives down near me.
So we can go on to the paving then, and
So that down there was 1,500 feet by 22 feet. Measurement at the quote that we gave you would tack on $36,506.52 on top of that with no extra mold.
can somebody bring me up to speed, cause I
So,
wasn't.
No
here.
extra what?
No extra mold. We
Mold
won't have to
is-
put it on a low bed. I can walk the equipment from the last road over there right to that one.
Okay,
That was, we were looking and Danny only had them get bids on Mobile Hill, Pearly Road and Marvin Road. And didn't we talk about Stanley Road too?
Just to getting a number so we could have it.
no,
So we did. So we know it was for nothing, but we're gonna.
That's okay.
We
Well,
still
we
will.
don't know
now you
for
got
sure
numbers.
Because
Well, now
one
you got
of them
numbers.
had the Richford Road on it.
Yeah.
okay, okay, guys,
No, but
I
it's
know,
on
I
the,
know,
it's on
sorry.
the,
It's on here.
Richford Road, it was, we were just getting the estimates, and that was not something for this year, because we got a grant. We were looking to get the grant.
Understood.
So we just wanted numbers to work with for the Richford Road, that's why Hungerford's whatever had it on there.
That's what the 3,500 ton was.
Yeah.
Okay,
We,
so
after you walked out the door, we looked,
I was just trying to get an idea of what the, price per ton was gonna be.
88.18.
Yeah, so you guys are 88.18, yes, so we were just, yeah.
Yeah,
sorry,
Hungerford's
that's
lower than that, I
my
can go
fault.
lower. No, I'm joking.
That's why the other ones came up with that, and it was, yeah,
But we didn't want
That's
the
my-
Stanley Road as well, so we could,
no, Noble Hill. Stan,
no, I
I
mean,
thought
We
that
had
we talked
nothing.
about
We were gonna do all. I thought
we were gonna do them all,
small.
okay,
all the small
only
shows.
getting the numbers.
So we got the
Only getting
numbers. So we can work with what he's given us there, and what the other people are getting us per yard. We'll be able to make.
This is what Danny and I went and looked at.
he wanted Noble Hill, Marvin Road, and Pearly Road. That's what we had, and at that point, we have enough money this year to do those 3 roads. That's where we're
Okay,
at.
okay,
There
okay.
was no extra money for anything else.
Okay.
well, I
That's why
thought,
those are on
I
there.
thought our last meeting, we talked about just fixing the hole on the Marvin Road, not doing the whole thing. Right? No? I may be wrong. Okay, no, that's fine.
No, it's all good. It's all on camera. You can go back and listen to it.
No, I just Google it. No. That's fine, so.
No, which is fine because, you know, Stanley Hill,
We're only getting numbers, so.
Right.
Yeah, all we are is
yeah,
just a
it's
budget.
fine. No, it's fine.
Right.
Yep, and that budget, if it's something that you're not doing this year, may actually drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, things have been dropping pretty quickly,
Yeah,
but the price of liquid, because it's coming out of Canada, just shot up on
Yeah.
us.
So that's why I said, those 3 roads are within our budget to do all 3 of those areas. And we have enough in the budget to do the 3 that we already had, that these guys came in with and that Hungerford's came in with. But that, you know, is the end of the budget.
Yeah.
See, that's why you're coming to the meeting.
Yes, good thing you showed up.
Yeah.
See?
You would've had new roads all over.
And I would have been chasing people down.
And then I would've been like,
How am I gonna pay for it?
yeah. I guess I'm gonna not get paid for the rest of the year, right?
You willing
Well,
to
I
work
might
for
not.
nothing?
Yeah, no.
We can free up some money here and there.
But yeah, cause these, yeah, which is all good, you know,
Okay.
yeah.
I did tell them it might be a wasted trip, but it was a fun
That's
ride.
okay.
I got to
It's
see
fun
how they
ride.
do that. It's pretty cool.
You guys were just waiting for me to show up, so it was all good,
course.
right?
Yeah. That'll teach you to show up late.
So on yours, you were, so that's an ad of what? Based on what you-
To add that road on, it would be $36,506.52.
36,500.
506.52.
Okay. No, that's good to know,
In,
yeah.
in your opinion, is that road real bad, mediocre?
I think you can probably get 2 more years out of it,
Okay.
Yeah,
to be honest. And I'm a guy that travels, as you know, a lot of roads and pay a lot of
Yeah.
roads. I've seen worse roads,
Yeah.
way worse.
Okay.
so how far over on budget are we if you do that, Mark? I know that's what you're doing.
No, no.
Oh, that's only
Because
20,000.
Jason and I tallied them all. So we would know.
All 3.
And Danny had already told me how much the difference was already.
Between the
Yeah,
two bids.
so it'd be like 20,000
Okay,
more
so there
if we
you go.
did the extra.
Okay, okay.
170,
No, yeah.
981.
Tool. Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Okay, we're done with
So,
you.
no, no,
Story of my life.
Yeah, we get on the other shit.
So, if the town of Berkshire was to decide on the pipe bid, how soon are you guys gonna be able to come out here and do this? Cause we, you know what I mean, like,
I can't give you an answer on that right now.
Okay.
But I can tomorrow.
okay, cause I'm just saying, like, we don't like to be in the November,
Well, let me put it this
Okay.
way. The state has not come out with a lot of paving this year. The one they did come out with that we have is 105.
yeah,
So we are
Next door.
right in the neighborhood.
okay,
So they could,
So if there's a holiday that comes along, like Memorial Day, that frees us up a day.
okay,
And they're milling now, we're looking for filler days. Right now, we're over in Highgate, we're going to Elberg, then I'm heading to Montgomery. And then I'm not sure where I'm gonna be, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna want me to fill up everything that's up
Okay.
here, so we can get things taken care of and get out of here. And I also gotta go talk to Joey over in Enosburg tomorrow morning, because I have a leftover contract for him and he has add-ons.
Okay.
So I can get an answer on that for you tomorrow, in a ballpark, I can't
Yeah.
guarantee you
No,
a
we
time.
don't wanna guarantee, we
Because
just
what
don't
that's
want
gonna
that
do is make
winter
me look like
stuff
a really
that
bad
comes
guy.
in at the end of the year, so.
I sort of knew that already, as I was riding with him.
Yeah, we
You
actually,
didn't ask the question.
he did.
I did.
We were just alone when he asked.
I already knew the answer.
You just didn't ask for him to share any questions.
Yes.
I was gonna tell you the good stuff I heard.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
With us, but you guys are paid in 105 already?
Not yet. We started milling it this morning.
Oh, okay. Because I was told you were paid, so that's why I was.
We are paving over on Old Dock Road in Highgate.
Because they don't even have the culverts all in yet. I said they're
No,
gonna catch up.
no,
I said
no,
they're gonna
no,
catch
they-
up to them if they're paving already.
Yeah,
No
no,
way.
they started milling that way and they're putting culverts in on this side. So.
Okay, I was just,
Yeah, that's a good question.
you just happened to be here, so
So they're
I'm
gonna
gonna
do
ask
like they
that
did to the
question.
rest of 105, they're gonna widen it a little bit.
I believe they're putting in something for bikes along the edge, which is great on that road because
Yeah.
that's a suicide road as it is.
Yeah.
Gets a lot more travel than what it used to.
It certainly does.
And I said, man, if they're paving already, them guys in them culverts had never gonna fail.
Yeah, they wouldn't have had a chance.
No way.
They actually are clicking them out pretty quick.
Them guys are from Reigate. That's a haul.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They haul, must be they're staying around here?
They're staying in St. Albans.
I was gonna say.
Blue
'cause-
Mountain Excavation.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd never seen them before. I said it was in Reigate. That's not near here.
No?
They've done a lot of work for us south, but
Yeah.
I'm surprised they
Cause
couldn't
last
find
year
more.
they were down on 100, they were about down there. Pittsfield,
Yep.
Bethel.
So,
I'm done with you now.
okay.
Well,
All I need to do is know when you guys are gonna make a decision on who you're gonna go with, and then I can start moving things forward.
Next meeting, probably?
or,
Probably by the end of this one.
yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
just to get somebody on the books, cause if we wait too long, we're not.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, the sooner I get you on the schedule, the
Yes.
quicker we can
Yeah.
move
Yeah.
forward with getting
Yeah.
everything.
No, that's fine, you're.
And
yeah,
I'll be back up in this area all next week and all this week and all the following week and the week after that probably too, so.
Okay.
But yeah, it's whenever you guys make a decision, Danny has my number.
I
You give
have
me a
your number,
call,
yeah.
you have my number, we'll just get a signed contract and we'll move forward from there if that's what you guys decide.
Okay.
And I know in the past, like last year, we had an issue with a rubber tire roller. That's not gonna happen again. We have 2 brand new ones and one's already set aside for being up here. And I talked to Danny about that the other day, so.
yeah, it was that and just.
Danny
being-
told me
being
that
so
this
late.
week.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
had to-
that's,
They say one thing and then it push back.
oh, I know,
push
I've heard it, and it's like I was just explaining to him, it's hard on us guys that are out here trying to sell the job like
Right.
Joe.
Right.
Whereas he's telling you guys a date because that's what they're telling him, and then it gets pushed back, pushed back, pushed back. The benefit this year is, like I said, not a lot of state work. Last year, my crew was up on the interstate all summer,
Yeah,
and we had to fill in where we could on side roads, and this year we aren't gonna have a lot of that, so.
And if it does get to be late, like, we're okay with rolling it over till the next year, you know, like, we'd rather wait a year than to,
right.
do you
Can
know what I
I-
mean? If it's way late.
I don't like doing this all the time, but I'm gonna throw this out there. For now on, when you guys put your bids out or ask for numbers, put a liquidated damage number on it. If we go past a certain date, you charge us $500 a day after the contract's signed.
Oh.
Start tomorrow.
Now I know why he's on this board.
That's a pen right here.
Damn, I didn't sign that first yet either. My name's not even on that one, I don't
State
think.
work, I must be hungry, it must be the price to go down.
But no, that's
But yeah,
something
no, we
that a
get
lot of
it,
towns
yeah.
end up doing now, is putting a liquidated damage in there so that if you go past that contract date,
Yeah.
you guys aren't sitting here holding your hands on your bums wondering where we're going.
Okay.
That, and it's also incentive to get upper management to get us here and get the job done.
Oh, oh,
It's
Good
just,
to know we can throw it in
Yeah.
our toolbox.
yeah, it's always a good thing to have. A lot of towns don't do it. And a lot of towns don't
You
enforce
never
it, but
really
they
thought
have
about
it
it.
in the writing.
You know they're recording you.
I don't care. Believe me, I've said worse things.
We don't care either.
I know, but, no, I'm just being straight up and honest with you guys.
Yeah.
That's one of the best ways to get us here, is start putting something in there like the
Yeah.
clause of liquidated damages.
Mhm.
I mean, it's not a best bet coming from my perspective, because it
It-
puts a time frame on us,
Right.
but
Well,
I've seen how it works up here in the Northeast. It snows,
Yeah.
and it snows early, and the temperatures are all over the place, and the sooner we can get in, the better it is for you guys, so
Yeah.
I'm all about it.
Yeah.
And I've been paving up here for the last 20 years, so I know kind of what I'm talking
He's
about.
actually done a lot of paving. The guy's been on the crew.
And actually, the guy that did it before me, Bob LaFont,
Yeah.
I was his roller operator.
Yeah.
So I've
So
been,
he's the one I bet you about,
Yeah.
where they meet the whole road and
Yeah.
they
Well,
quit for
that's
a
a good
day and
thing.
they come back and there's a hump where they left off the day before.
Oh, you mean the
Wrong.
Edisburg Richmond?
What?
wrong, that's the
Wrong.
pavers.
Well, yeah, but it's your pavers.
No.
Start and stop. You're waiting for hot
It's,
men.
no, it's not even that. It's the lack of paying attention when coming into a joint. Whenever it's an end joint, if there's a bump there, it's because they weren't paying that much attention when they came into it. They're either too high or too low.
Yeah, that's why I know, cause we've got a couple.
Everybody blames the roller guy though.
No, like the hump over there, then Vince went home that night, next meeting, he goes, you know, Todd, there is a hump over there. I said, I told you there was a hump.
I know exactly where it is. It's right down there by that road, that side road down there.
No, it's over here.
Oh, there's one down there too. There's one down there too.
Man, I ain't sure you're doing such a great job.
Oh, that was on the Berkshire
How long
Selectboard.
you, how long you been with Pike?
27 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just made, July 9th, we'll make 27 years.
Cause I says, there shouldn't be a crease or a hump just because they cut done one day and started the next.
No.
Or when they get to where the blacktop was done the year before, it still shouldn't be. a
Or
hump.
what it is they cheat themselves and they only cut it with one pass with the trimmer head. I'm particular, you gotta make 4 passes or else you're gonna have a bump there every time.
Stuff.
There it is. You gotta stagger them and you gotta spread it out. It's gotta be a distance or else it's gonna be a bump.
So if we're not happy with it, what can we do?
Tell me. Yeah, seriously, you tell me, and like I told Danny, there's a bump down there, and whether the guys like it or not, they're gonna take a trimmer head down there and they're gonna raise it off a little bit and they're gonna try fixing it. I know it was a couple of years ago that it got done. I don't even know what crew it was that did it, but if we're up there and they have a wet day or something that not much is going on, they're gonna come over and take a look at it.
For sure. See? Yeah.
That's just us. You guys have been good customers of ours for years, and we want to try keeping that way, whether we get your bid or Hungerford or whoever.
Has Montgomery got a schedule on you, with you yet?
I'm going there next Thursday and Friday, I believe. If they have their culverts done.
Yeah.
They're gonna call me back tomorrow, let me know if they can get their
Okay.
culverts in.
Okay.
And then, we go from there. I do know I got Waitsfield coming up soon, so I'm gonna be going that direction. I got Waitsfield, Warren, and Facein that we gotta take care of, but that's only a week's worth of work.
Yep.
And then we're coming back north. So, that's where we're at with that.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything further?
Everybody
No,
good?
we're
Any other
good.
questions?
We're good.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna head south.
All right, have a good night.
You too. Thank you.
I'm sure you got a ride ahead of you.
Yeah, got 2 hours. Middlebury.
Oh, goodness. All right.
Like I said, I know these roads better than I know mine. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
So once again, we're back to the new garage. So, like, security systems, do you guys have any idea what we really should be looking at?
So what do we got in there now? We
We-
got,
So, we only have the alarm system that they call, once the alarm goes off, then they call Danny, and if
Central
Danny doesn't
station.
answer, then they call Bill, and somebody has to come down here and obviously check the place before they call.
Does that go into Central Station?
No.
No.
And not until, it will go there after they can't get a hold of anybody at a
Oh.
certain point.
I don't think we need anything more than we got,
But
do we?
90% of the time, it's just a
I don't know.
glitch system, so it's
I don't
kinda
know
like,
if-
I don't know
if we
what's
got
the
fire
best
alarms
approach,
hooked to
like, there's
that.
so many upgraded.
Is-
This
is-
system that we've had over there has been over there for 20 years.
So there
I've
used
been
to
here
be-
17, it ain't changed.
so there's not, there used to be one with a fire and everything in it, right? Years ago, or?
Nope, all it
'Cause
does
I
is
could
the
see the
alarm goes
sensors.
off and they call Danny, if they can't get a hold of Danny, they call Bill to go check. If they can't get a hold of anybody, then they call the state police to go check it out, that's all it is.
Then our insurance company be happy with just a regular alarm system then, or? Insurance doesn't,
We
I
don't
don't
even
even
have
think
one
that-
here and we have insurance on it, we have no alarm system.
No,
We
but
have the same insurance.
Tony,
So do we
being a
need-
new building,
Yeah, but do we really need a? I would think.
We're discussing
fire-
it.
I was-
So
I would think it
I
would-
know most of the town garages I go in, you open the door and it says, office doors open, you can hear it.
Oh.
So they've got alarms in a lot of these places. that I
But
go.
we don't have a fire nothing over here, fire alarm over here. It's just a break-in alarm.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it's
So
only the
maybe we
front
do
door,
need-
if the front door opens up, that's the only thing I think that's over
So
there.
it did used to
Yeah.
be at
Front
one
door.
time, there
Yeah.
was a fire alarm.
So I'm
'Cause
just
they had
saying,
one in
we
the
gotta have
station
something
out of
more
Byron.
Now we got
upgraded
one-
than that,
we
but
got
I don't know
another
what
one
it,
with one door,
what,
though.
I mean,
Uh-huh.
I don't have an
There was
alarm
just
in my
one
house,
door,
I
now
don't
we got
know.
three. I don't.
Yeah, the only door that's got alarms is the front one.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, like,
I suppose
I
we
don't
gotta
know,
put, we probably should put in something, I just don't
should
know how
we
to describe it.
find out what, like Montgomery has, or if you, do you want me to call around, see what other people
Call around and
use?
snoop, I know Fairfield's got
I
something,
would.
and I'm trying to think, there's
You
another
know, in
garage I
St.
go.
Albans just put a new building up,
Oh, yeah.
you know, just,
No, I can,
just for
yeah.
ideas.
Yeah, because
I mean,
most people
they're
still,
doing one, they're doing one right now in, well, not say it right, I think the same time we were doing it.
but most of these towns have VLCT like we do for insurance, so it's
But
all
no,
the same.
no, but being built, there's another one being built in
Where did we go that you said you thought they had a new one, but we got there and they didn't have one yet?
Westbourne, is it
No, I was at
Westbourne?
Brownington.
Oh,
That was Brownington?
There's one being built in Northeast Kingdom, about the same time that we are. Do they have a system that they're putting in? I don't know.
yeah.
I suppose it probably wouldn't be too bad idea to have a fire alarm in there, maybe, I don't know. Whether or
Yeah.
not they could care to put it on or not, I
I
don't
would
know how
almost
fast
think
they
we
are.
would have to have a fire alarm.
It's
What it insurance?
Yeah.
Well, Bill, did the building inspectors say, the state?
Well, I can
building
call
inspectors say anything?
VLCT too.
And just see-
And did the
just
building
see.
inspector say anything?
Yeah, no, like I said, I can do both, yeah. I won't say, well, it'll be by the next meeting.
Because,
Right.
because that's just gonna call, even if it's a false alarm, at least we're headed here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Somebody
See,
is.
where do you get your notifications from for the fire department? From Central Station?
From Central.
So they dial
Yeah.
911. It
Central
goes to
Station.
No, it goes to 911 first, then they get a hold of Central, and then Central calls us out.
Yeah,
Yep.
so no, yeah, we can look into that.
I'm gonna move closer because I think I'm intruding on Tony over here, 'cause he keeps hitting me.
Oh, sorry. So paving bids are our next thing. So, I don't know if you guys actually, did you guys have a chance to look at them all?
Yeah, they were.
I didn't,
figuring out-
I was just told that they were 10,000 cheaper. pipe
They
wise. I knew that, even when I went up to measure it, so. And when I knew it wasn't apples to apples.
Grays is out of the question, they're 120 a ton.
Yeah.
So you can drop that
Okay.
one.
And I know where Hungerford's getting their blacktop.
Yeah. And and Pike is already gonna be in Montgomery and everywhere else
Oh,
at the same
okay.
time.
So, I guess, he says he, no, I think he said he don't do blacktop,
If we made them, he would.
So what does Demag up there do? Does he do blacktop for driveways, or does he only do seal coating?
Seal coating.
Okay.
Right does driveways though.
Oh,
Right does driveways.
Yes, right through right.
Right
Right,
does driveways.
driveways,
Or parking lots.
parking lot.
But even, we do
But then
realize,
again, they buy their mix from,
Yeah, but they don't really wanna do it. They
What's
will,
that,
but they
Tony?
don't.
they will. So, I'm just saying, the blacktop for here is coming from Pike.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, we said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can sell it to me all you want, it's not my
Yeah.
decision.
No, but
So even if he did say that was good for another 2 years, and I think it might even last longer than that, because there's not a lot of truck traffic on the road we just looked at.
I think a motion would take that bid. And now, we're not gonna do that where you just went, right?
He said that's good for another 2 years.
Yeah.
I looked at it the other day, I traveled
Yeah.
both of them.
I don't think the
went
other
to
one's
friend-
that bad.
The other one's,
Starting to, I guess.
it's gotten real bad over the last 2 years.
Cause I haven't been up
And-
there since last
and-
fall, but
It's in 2 years, it's gotten, the truck traffic is,
that they didn't have before.
didn't
now they
have 3 years ago whenever.
But we
Sid
know,
sold the farm, or 4
cause you
years ago.
wrote it down, like it's 36,000.
It's on the paper and like.
Yeah, that's what I
Second.
mean.
So that was the extra, right?
I'm just saying, but, so if next year, we know what the quote roughly would be.
Roughly is. He's
That's
got
what I-
he's got the tons written down there.
Yeah, no, it's right here.
So,
He just
so
wrote
what
it
was,
down.
so what was that added price? What was the location of that?
Stanley Hill.
Stanley Hill.
Yeah, and it was, he
There
said
you
how,
go, yeah. Right.
he pushes a button on the pickup when he's driving, and we stop right there, he pushes another button, he hops out and grabs his ruler and gets the whip. And then he had those numbers, just like,
Well, they do it.
I thought I was gonna have to hold the wheel out the window. No, I knew we weren't walking. I knew they sort of hold the wheel beside the pickup.
That's probably how they used to do it.
So what we're gonna spend this year then is the one, this one right here.
134.
And our other bid might go up for the driveway, but he didn't have the parking lot figured in it anyway.
Right, well, if you do the parking lot, maybe that's that extra,
No
Yeah,
one,
'cause we're-
no one
we're-
gave a parking lot though, right?
No.
There's very few
But
people interested.
Our budget's 150, right?
Our budget is about 144 because of the coal patch. But
Yep.
going over budget is not a big
No.
thing when it comes to paving. I don't worry about it if it's within a 10,000.
Little bit around
Yeah.
from one that reallocate to the other.
Yeah, because you never know how many holes you got in the road. You
Right,
don't know.
And they they did some coal patch.
Yeah, they did a good
Yeah.
job too.
Well, they're
Yeah,
gonna,
there's no.
they're gonna be in the area.
I know.
I make a motion to accept.
Pike,
We are.
Oh, you already did, I didn't hear you.
we need a second.
Yeah, I'll be a
yeah,
second.
totally did. You were
It's the
elected.
TNT
Well,
show.
well, I
already
didn't,
been
well, I
at it.
didn't hear the TNT.
And that's for,
That's good, that's good. We're good.
that's for Nobles Hill, Pearly Road,
And Marvin
and the
Road.
Marvin Road.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is
Okay.
there any culverts down there that need to be cleaned?
Do you
On
want me
any-
to look it up?
On any of them roads.
On any of them roads,
Any of them.
before we get there, like the hump down there on the Pearly Road.
Mr. Road Commissioner, will
I-
you check on that tomorrow?
I won't run into Danny, but I will talk to our second man.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And because I'm trying to think what there is for culverts. There's
Well,
probably
there's
two.
one by that house that's got a hump in it. It's rough there. She said she don't want it fixed because it's
Trying to-
Where's that?
on the Pearly Road.
Oh,
Did you see they finally cut down that tree?
Which one?
huh?
On
The lot- that corner
they did
tree's
that quite a
gone.
while ago. The
Power
the
company.
power company did it because they did on
Oh, the
our
Pearly
sugar
Road?
hills.
Oh, I always
they had to
wanted
plant
that
trees
tree
on our
gone.
bank here. They come through, boy, it's not looks good. We should do the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, they cut that tree.
I don't know if you read that one yet.
These are back to you, Ellen.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and they actually did save us doing all the power company cut all the trees for us up through there too.
Yeah.
When do they plan to start moving in the new garage?
It's something.
So-
somebody should look at first.
Bertrand's got 3 weeks as of the middle of last week, so they weren't there today. So you're talking 3 weeks for the electrical's done.
Well, so, we had to order, signs to put on the building. We forgot the 911 signs that are required by Jeffrey Bryant. The signs for the bathroom, the gender neutral signs and things like that, were our thing. So me and Lori got on there and told her, I'm like, can you look this up and get them all ADA compliant? So we're waiting for those to come in as well. There's a few little things like that were our thing that we're working on too, that Jeffrey said, you know what I mean, which is fine.
Yep.
As you can see, the wetland restoration is underway and all
started,
that.
yeah.
and-
So they saved us some hauling by putting in, we needed fill in the back.
The only thing I noticed driving by, we probably, would it not hurt if we had a little more slope away from the building with the water?
I think they're gonna work on, they're just moving fill real quick right now.
Money.
Well, they got it pretty well leveled out on the backside
Yeah,
from
so
here.
we'll
So
find
just-
out.
just-
I'll
that's an
find out
observation.
more tomorrow when I'm there.
Yeah.
They don't gonna be much either.
No, but we want that water to go away as much as we can around it to help the foundation
But
on
all
the
the exterior
building.
doors had to be brought up to grade, according to.
Yeah,
Jeffrey.
so it worked out,
Yeah,
that
which
saved
is
us some
still
money
some.
that we were able to move.
Yeah.
Basically Friday and today's fill.
Yeah.
Now they're gonna have to start. So where the stakes are, I don't know if anybody's been over, where the stakes are, there's some orange flags. That's the bottom of the wetlands. So
Yeah,
that's gonna
yeah,
pitch up like this away.
Oh, yeah,
So
Yep.
they're gonna have a lot more fill to truck out.
yeah.
And that has to go somewhere special.
It's going tar pit.
But is it
It's
have
gotta
to go
be,
somewhere
I
special?
think it's gotta be
No.
piled and it's gotta be inspected
Right.
before we do anything
We
with
told
it.
them when we did the restoration plan, we said that's where it was going. for them to know that's where it is.
And we're not
They
going
need
to
to inspect it. That's
send it someplace where we might have to move it again.
Well, that's what I said, if somebody wanted fill, they couldn't get it from them.
No,
No, as of, I don't think right now.
If it's
No,
on a
right
state
now.
thing, if it's-
Yeah.
No, we told them where it was going, so they can go there and look at it, they can come here and look at it,
Yeah,
and,
Cause they
yep.
go check where it was going, tell that guy you couldn't do that, after he was done, of course.
Yeah.
So,
at one time, we were just gonna push it off onto the neighbor.
Yeah.
That would've
I was
saved a lot.
really hoping that.
I wanted to keep going and level that off all the way out through the next meadow, to tell you the truth.
Yeah,
Austin was asking about the grass seed. He didn't know if we were supposed to get it, that and the trees and.
So you guys had decided that we would plant our own
Yeah.
willow whips, but if
Okay.
there is some sort of grass seed that needs to be out there, I mean,
He
do we
did-
just get out and throw it, or do
No,
we just want
it-
him
I
to
think
do
it
it?
has to be a
was,
special wet
It's a
grass.
special wetland.
well, was that on the
Yeah.
replanting plan?
Yes.
Yes,
That's what
Yeah,
so
So
wait a
I-
minute, should we just let him do it all?
I mean,
Let's get it on. We ain't got Danny and them, Danny
we're
being
pretty well
now.
short-handed
Yeah,
right
even
now.
the willow whips, you mean, that's what you're asking?
Yes.
We're pretty short-handed right now.
Yeah, even the willow whips, the whole thing.
then you can do it all.
I make a
Yeah.
motion that we got them do the willow whips, the grass seed, the whole 9 yards.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Second
so, thank you, I was like, I know I did not hear a second on that.
He's all over the TT tonight. Or ain't stand a chance.
Okay, no, that is great, I will just send Austin an email, I have him on
That's
email,
just for
and
the
he answers
paving,
me
right?
really quick,
Yeah,
so I'm good.
No,
I'll
that's
just
for the
send him a-
landscaping.
Oh.
Paving, we already
Providing
voted for.
everything,
Let's,
yeah.
That was a half hour.
You're retired,
Yeah,
you're gonna be retired, do you wanna plow?
do what? Plan it?
You're gonna be retired, do you wanna plow? Retired, do you wanna plow?
So
Yeah.
it's just,
Who
you know, I mean, it's
knows?
just
Yeah,
something to
maybe.
think about, but Mike Jarvis said that he, according to them, that's what
Done
he thought
work.
was there. And there's no price or anything, so.
Does,
I mean, I don't know if we want.
No, I guess he probably wouldn't do that.
Talk
Like,
to
we
them.
get Mike's Electric does our
You want-
fire,
Yeah.
you know, and they can do,
Bring it up.
Yeah, bring it up and.
your
then-
security
That's what I
also.
was thinking,
Yeah.
because that's very bad.
I,
Okay.
I wouldn't recommend
but it's
like
not
calling like the
here.
main
No.
office
You know,
and,
it's
right
right there.
cause they always call,
So,
if someone
that's
doesn't
kinda where I was
answer,
at with that
they
one.
call the state police and after a couple trips, you gotta pay them.
Yeah, yeah. You don't want any
And
false alarm.
I know ours, like, every time there's a thunderstorm, it sets something off and we get it, you know, when it's really bad, real windy, you know,
Yeah.
sets off the alarm, you know, you're always there when,
Really?
yeah. You
So
know,
we'll get, you get some information on that, we can make that decision
What's that?
on
The
Sorry.
security.
Well, she's
That's
gonna
the
make-
Oh, yeah,
security
yes,
fire.
no.
She's
I've
gonna
got
make
it
some
right
phone
here.
calls.
Yep, I've got it written down, I'm good.
No, that's what we were just
Okay.
discussing.
Nope, I'm
Andy's
on it,
talking
Tom.
about false alarms and.
What he's
Customers
experiencing
that
up
get
at
charged.
Montgomery School.
Yeah.
After a couple of false alarms.
We
they
don't,
get charged.
we're not looking for the same system they have.
That's what I mean, like, I would call other towns, it's
Alright,
fine, yeah.
so,
I wonder who does Berkshire, I'm not sure, I have to ask them,
The school?
yeah.
That's a
Well,
motion
that-
sensor,
that
fire,
goes
that's a
off,
little bit there, CO2, so.
And they call the,
Yeah.
well, for the, if you go into school and you're not supposed to be here, if the alarm's not shut off, they call a janitor. And after a couple, the janitor has to come up and shut it off, cause they did it during basketball. They had the door open for basketball for the kids, and everybody went indoors, set the alarm off. And they didn't know how to shut it off. It was simple, I mean, just, all you gotta do is give one of the coaches or whoever's there a code, and you can put it in and shut it off, and then they also know who it was that shut it off. So it's, you know what I mean?
They
It's
each
like-
have their own code.
Yeah, everybody has their own code.
There's a box in the way into the
Yeah.
gym there. so.
Yeah.
so we got a letter from Samantha Pothier, lives down here on the Middlebrook Road. And it reads, I am writing to you as a resident of Berkshire Town, where Mike Jarvis recently did a perk test on our property, praising the quality of our sand. He found a substantial amount of sand on our property, and we are interested in exploring opportunities to sell our sand to the town. We are looking to get rid of about 25 to 30,000 yards. If interested, please call or write a letter.
So
So
Ben
this is
had
right
talked
next
to
to
me.
the storage sheds.
Ben had talked to me
Right off
about
Mineral
that.
Brook
He's got
Road.
some sand.
You know, the next
Ben's
place
daughter,
down,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah,
thought.
okay.
So Ben had approached me and I was gonna bring it up.
Yep.
I had a meeting there. He's got some sand. If we wanted to move in and sift our sand, it probably wouldn't happen this year because we're probably gonna have to buy our sand because we ain't got enough help to.
Which
Now,
is, so
as-
my question is, do you think we should invite somebody to the next meeting? Because we don't know what they wanna charge, we have no idea what they're looking at. I think it would be best if we, not the next meeting, but
I mean,
within general to invite them here, so,
cause it, I mean,
Now, our sand is done.
We can get
Gravel?
more
If we don't have sand, we can get more gravel.
it's better for us to get the gravel than to take all our stones out of our gravel to make sand.
Okay.
That's,
Danny didn't think, or even Bill thought we were getting pretty close to the end of where we are.
we're getting, so next year we
That's
gotta
why,
make
yeah.
sure when we sit down, we schedule for gravel and sand. We didn't really put that in the budget this year.
Budget
We got what,
accordingly.
20,000?
So then the pit's pretty much done.
There's
on the
still,
other
there's
hand,
still,
that's not
it's
our
not-
issue
it's not
because
100%
we don't go
done.
into the pit. If nobody brings it up to us, we don't know that.
so
So it's not
we've
our
been, the
budgeting
pit's been
issue.
running out for, the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And we still got quite a ways to go.
But
But there's this,
But if we're
if we're gonna
Which
sift
is
sand
why
out,
we
we're throwing away
started,
gravel.
yes.
So that's why
Ben
we're.
and them guys, they can't just start selling sand.
No,
No,
gotta go
but
for the
I
I-250
think they know
and
that we
everything.
can get a permit because we're a town to
Yeah.
get sand and they're looking to save money on having to move it out to put in
Yeah.
whatever they wanna do there.
Yeah, because that's what Unisburg done twice now.
Yeah,
They
with-
did it,
with
they did it
rights,
right.
so.
They did it.
But they have to have an area for the town to set up in
Yeah.
too, like,
So that would be, I think they're looking for us to move quite a bit of yards and they can get something in there. Yeah,
another building wall.
yeah.
but
I sort of
like I
tried to
said, this is
eyeball
a
where it
bank,
is, there's a big
it's
bank
off the
there,
road.
I'm guessing that's.
Where
Well, that's
are
the
we gonna
bank
set up
right
to
by the
do
side of
this?
the road, probably,
You
right?
Yeah,
can-
that's
It'd be
if I had
fake
to
take
guess.
his
like,
bank
it's-
off.
You just can't.
Yeah.
no.
It's gotta be
So,
stripped.
so we have to
Probably
strip
it's the
it, we
bank
have to
must be
strip
right side
it,
of the road.
we
It's
have to
right.
fence it off, we have to make it all,
Barn and white.
we have to
Right.
make it
Yeah.
MSHA approved.
So you're on the
Is that
road.
gonna be state approved?
So I don't know, I can visit with Joey and then what they do with Dean
Yeah.
at Wrights, but I know towns can get a pit set up a lot easier
Yeah.
than anybody else.
Yeah.
Right,
And,
but
and they can go, there's things that they can go around too.
But we still need applicable,
Yeah.
there are certain ones,
So-
Emily's point that we
at
need to
at this
have.
point, it's only sand, so we're not bringing in any equipment
Right.
to change what's there. It's sand and you're only going in with a loader, loading it in trucks and bringing it here. There's
I don't know
no-
if we still have to sift it.
You gotta strip the top, do
You
you?
gotta, you probably still have to, I would have to
Look into
see
it.
So
a lot.
because
Joey
if
did.
you're moving our screen and all of that stuff over there to work on this, or even moving that material from there to our pit to work on it, then you're at MSHA. You're doing something totally different, and I don't know what them rules are.
If we just dig into the bank, it's a pit, which involves MSHA.
No,
Just
if
the
you're not
screen?
running the screen, you're okay at this point. It's running that screen and doing that kind of work in our pit right now.
Yeah.
If you were only going in there with a loader and you're loading your trucks and bringing the material out and bringing it back here, you're fine. If you're taking that material and you're bringing it to the pit and then you're putting it in the screen, do you know what I'm saying?
We're already there. We are, even if we're doing our own sand, we gotta do MSHA.
Right, which is
So
fine.
it's-
If you brought it back there, we're still, it just
Yeah.
means you have to rework our plan a little bit. But if you were moving the screen to their place in order to do what you need to do, then it becomes another whole MSHA thing there.
Yeah.
But you can move that material there and work on it.
We're
Do you know
doing
what I'm
sand,
saying?
We're doing the yard. Just push it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because
still-
you're moving our screen and making it in a whole different area, which
Yeah.
means you have to set up a whole different route and escape route and your high walls and your low, oh my
You
goodness.
still need all the high walls, low walls and all
Yes.
that. You still need all that for a pit regardless.
Well, you can find out from, Enosburg knows because they do it.
I'll visit with Enosburg and find out. Cause even, I think even if we go over there and just start jamming our loader into the wall, we're opening up a can of worms.
Yeah, no, I mean, you guys can, whatever you wanna do, yeah.
Yeah, but they would,
Agreed,
Enosburg
agreed.
would know, because they've done it, I think they've done it twice.
They've moved,
They did it on
But it's
the
like
other
your
road
point, Jason,
by
if they're gonna look at
Shorty's,
whatever
they
they
moved
do,
there,
they
and then they
build
moved
a
over there.
forever. So there's gonna be
Yeah.
a design.
well, they're
done of some
across
kind.
from Shorty's
Right.
now.
Right,
They-
Yeah, but before they were down below,
No,
they had, there was
they
a
were
big,
up
They would
near
be
the-
willing to
on the sharp corner.
talk to them about it.
Yeah, that's what I said, if
You
you
know,
gotta bring
yeah,
them up,
Get
that's where they are
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
a view of
Yeah.
what,
Just
what
above
you
the
got going on.
They're
I
below
mean,
the farm now.
Yeah,
Oh,
They're
ask
back
them
down
if
near
they wanna
Shorty's.
come up
They're in
to
the
the
corn
next
piece there.
meeting.
yeah.
oh, yeah,
or
okay.
a meeting,
Or
yeah.
a meeting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who's that?
We're just gonna invite them to a meeting whenever
Cause
they
they
can
don't,
make
I
it
mean,
and
where are we?
discuss
Are we
things a little
in
further,
the,
yeah.
up by the house, or we down by the road, or we
Just
with
go.
the neighbors, or?
Yeah, I was approached this
You know?
winter, so, and
Yeah.
we hadn't got around to that.
Yeah, no, it's fine, she sent a letter in, so,
Yeah.
no, it's all good. So the next thing we have is the Martell. Up on the Mine Road.
Yeah.
So his venue, so the lady across the road has now appealed his Act 250 permit. So our,
Somebody was asking about, haven't heard anything, I said, right,
So-
we haven't heard any more.
so our attorney wants to know if we want to enter an appearance to still be a part of this on the Act 250 thing. We don't have to because it wasn't part of us, but in order to follow it and be able to have some sort of,
Idea
know what I
what's
mean?
going on.
yeah, to know what's going on and have some sort of say, it's just for the attorney to say, we're gonna enter an appearance. Doesn't mean we have to do anything, doesn't mean we don't, but it's still to be in the loop and know what's going on with this thing. Cause one of her biggest things is the road size and, you know, things like that.
Did we say
We said yes on everything else,
that, I thought we, whatever it was that they
Yeah.
wished for,
They're turning before her house.
we didn't see any
Yeah,
impact
no,
from
Right.
what we were doing, roads and.
no, there was the last thing, I mean, they had a, it was pretty strict guidelines.
It's been a while since we,
It was
That's what I
pretty
told him,
strict.
I said,
there's
when,
no
Guidelines
pass
of
up
what-
there.
we said when
There's
we
room
did,
to
when they
pass
did
up
the
there.
Act 250 permit, we put it in
For-
there that we
for
didn't think
3,
that there was
4
any impact on the
events a
roads,
year.
or that we thought that that road was sufficient size for what he had going
Okay.
on, so,
Okay.
yeah.
It's not like it's every weekend, it's like 3 or 4 times a
Yeah.
year probably.
But I'm just asking if you want him to enter an appearance so we can still follow the case.
Yeah.
Yeah,
would-
I wanna be
we'd
involved.
like to follow it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where I mean, the
Giving
appearance,
information.
I move,
Yes.
I move to
Informational
follow the case.
I'll second.
usually it's Todd and Tony, now you did Tony and Todd,
We're
what in the heck?
Keeping you on your toes.
Okay, so that was that. All right, Chris Lance does resign from the DRB, so if you know anybody else that wants to be on the DRB,
You didn't
that's,
like your letter?
well,
He has to
Probably not.
show up, right?
right, so, you know what I mean, I do have a few people I'm gonna try to contact,
Okay.
cause I just.
Do we need another number to make
Yeah,
it
we
work?
do need one more.
Okay.
But it, you know what I mean, it's not like critical that we have to have it right now, so it's not a big deal, but you guys asked me to send the letter because everybody was saying something, and he came right back the next day with, nope, you know what I mean, it's just a conflict, and like, all right. Okay, did I get to the bottom of the list?
Almost, you got anything?
Nope, everything else is handouts for you guys to go home and read, except for the bids on the old garage, and we only got one of those, and I haven't even
Oh, I
touched it, so
emailed
I'm
you
gonna-
back.
How long do they have? How long were
I
we
gotta
giving
see
them
what
to
that
get
is.
them in?
So
right?
Cody didn't
Today
see,
was the deadline to get them in?
Yep,
Okay.
yep, today was it.
There it is.
Who put it in?
Bradley Bates,
It was Bradley?
yep. And like I said, he walked in with it today, and I have not
Okay,
looked at
good.
it.
So apparently
Oh,
there was
we're-
3 or 4 people that thought they were.
I visited with Cody a little bit, he didn't really know.
Well, the thing is, you know, you gotta,
Well, he'll get in here and get it out of here.
Old Town garage bid proposal.
Yeah.
Bid amount $250. I formally bid $250 US for the structure known as the Old Town Garage.
Wow.
Disassembly and removal of the building will take place within the time frame provided by the town of Berkshire. Be coordinated and accommodated any needs they may have while transitioning into the new building. Equipment to be used for disassembly may include, but are not limited to, an excavator, self-propelled man lift, and cable crane. Disassembly will begin with removal of all exterior metal to expose steel framework. From there, assessment of the structure will determine best and safe method to dismantle the steel frame. All salvageable materials will be loaded and trucked off site.
Like him?
Unwanted
Salvageable.
materials and debris will be consolidated and loaded into a trash dumpster provided by the town per previous discussion with Tony Archambault.
I did.
Yeah.
Site will be left clean, leaving only concrete foundation.
Yeah. Okay.
Brad Bates,
So, okay,
Certificate of insurance. I figured that's what
certificate
it
of
is.
insurance.
Yep.
pretty much what we asked for, innit?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, we figured.
we wanted somebody to get
We were
it.
gonna have to have a dumpster for.
Yeah, the dumpster had to be
You're not gonna
there.
take the insulation
Just
and all
no,
that
because
stuff. But the steel they'll probably take, cause they'll just take it down and salvage it and get money for it.
No,
They'll
well,
just
like I
make
said,
more
we'll
money
bring a
off the
dumpster
salvage
out
than
and,
us.
yeah, just, well, the dumpster's here. I just figure they're gonna keep emptying it and bringing it back was kind of where we're at right now.
Well, that
they
was
pretty
on,
well filled it today.
but that was on the metal dumpster.
No,
No.
there's a dumpster there for garbage right
Oh,
now.
perfect, perfect.
So they,
So there's two,
So they'll-
metal and,
We haven't done a metal
We
one
didn't, we
yet.
didn't get, we didn't end
oh,
up getting
oh,
the
we
money.
didn't get it.
and
We didn't have to.
and he
Not
may
yet.
take the metal himself and
He wants the metal, so right now, until we get ready to clean the garage out and figure out,
Oh, sweet.
they
Oh, he
have a
wants
metal pile and maybe
No,
we
he's
just
just,
wait,
he's just gonna
so.
take what he can't use.
We
and
did the back
take it
end
down.
on
and
the
he
metal.
may take that metal and get paid for it. If not, we'll
Notches or whatever.
It's his responsibility.
Yeah.
I'm taking it off.
So we'll leave
Doesn't
whatever.
matter.
So if he needs a
If he
metal
wants to
dumpster
haul
there,
it, all the
Then
more
we
power to him.
accept that bid.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
second it.
Thank you, Andy.
I was gonna sit out this
Thank
one because my
you.
name was mentioned in it.
There.
I have one thing.
Yes.
I saw a picture in your pile, but I didn't look at it all the way. It was a picture of garbage. Did you have a reason for that?
Oh, son of a gun, you're right.
I
Yes.
I only glimpsed at it because I was looking for
Nope.
something else. I was looking for bids.
No,
and
you
Jason
are
had it.
totally, you're.
No, I don't.
Okay, throw this over here in that pile, 'cause that's the done pile. So's that, so's that. Oh,
I didn't
not
really look at
that.
it. Just noticed it was in
Right
there.
there.
Not that, there we go. So, on Nobles Hill, there was some garbage that was thrown out. It's been an ongoing problem here in Berkshire that,
I see it right there.
so this was the amount of garbage in one spot that was picked up. It was 11 contractor bags, all from the same person. So they did dig through the garbage and see exactly who was dumping it. There was also the same person dumping it in Enosburg because Lori's husband picks it up. Same thing is happening in Franklin. Same person. So my question is,
We should have the Costco knock on their door.
Yeah.
so Enosburg's been working with that and it hasn't happened yet. So I was gonna try to contact the health department, the state of Vermont, and say, you know, this is what's going on. But I just wanted you guys to be aware of the
Yeah.
fact that
Alina? Alina?
Alina Worthen,
Don't know you.
nope.
No, you do too. Terrible.
No, there's
Oh,
an
okay.
address on there. It's like,
Oh, I thought you
But
looked at me and
anyway.
said, no, I don't know her.
so
That's
Enosburg-
definitely not a bag falling out of John Weatherby's truck.
No.
That's somebody throwing bags.
No, they said there was multiple bags down over over the bank.
see,
And of
somebody-
course, a bear got into them and ripped them all up. That's what
Deliberately
happened.
though.
See,
But-
No,
down
that's,
there's
but-
two
but
barrels,
this
somebody
is
threw two barrels.
That's a
down
deliberate
on my
number.
house on the
Yeah.
Woodard Neighborhood Road where you go down the hill
Yeah.
for the culvert. Somebody threw two bags of garbage down over the bank there, they ripped open, they're all
Yeah.
over the place.
So I'm just saying, like,
I don't know if
we are
Joey will
working
pick it
with
up or not.
Enosburg right now, but I was just making you guys aware of the fact that this is a problem. Reservoir Road is not this problem, but it's a different problem with
So
people
where-
dropping trash
where
out
was
down there
that?
too. This is Noble Hill, right on the Franklin Berkshire line, right on the top of
By
Noble
Sid's
Hill.
old sugar bush.
Right between Smith's and up over the hill there.
okay, I'll have to look,
You
so
know.
it's on the right or the left?
Gotta be the
There's
left.
an embankment, she said.
Oh, that's why I haven't seen it, so.
No, she said it goes down over the embankment, but it's, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the they threw some, maybe I should go walk through the garbage to see if that's hers down by my house too.
Yeah, no, you should, cause it's,
I don't wanna go through it.
Yeah.
There's two
Yeah.
bags sort of ripped open, it's all over the bank down there by the brook.
so yeah.
I was hoping this Joey would pick it up.
They have been doing their best to keep on it, but Enosburg has a bigger problem with it, but it's the same person. They've been able
I see
to,
a
like,
pile
they're
the other
throwing
day, I
mail
was
out
shocked
in
to
that
see it.
trash, so it's not a secret who's doing it.
Oh, so. You wanna talk about Meyer?
We did, we okayed, me,
Oh,
Andy and
yeah.
Jason okayed Mark, I think it's already done.
Okay. Yeah,
I
they
think
dug it out.
So, Bill was gonna be alone, Mark asked if he could dig it, I called Jason and Andy, and, okay, so it's done.
Dig.
His ditch in front of the barn.
Ditch
That we said
Between
we
the-
were gonna do,
We were gonna do,
we told him, no, we'll do it, well, with no help.
Oh.
He's,
we just, Mark said when we're gonna get to it, and Bill and Mark offered again, and Bill called me up, and I called Jason and Andy,
Good.
and we thought it was good that Mark, if he wants to do it, he can do it.
Sure.
And we told Emily, so she knew.
Sure.
Yes, that's always a good thing.
well, we weren't gonna have, we're gonna be short of help, so I guess much we get.
Yeah.
And it looks like he did a good job.
I don't know, I'll look on my way home.
Oh, you want me
I
to-
think it's all mulched up and cleaned up there. Today they were dumping mulch up there. so.
Yeah. So the next thing that I have, and this is, it's not really up for discussion, I just wanna put it out there that what's his name? Peter Franzoni sent these letters to every select board member in the state of Vermont to come up with a resolution, and I'll let you guys read these before the next meeting, before we bring it up again. Cause it kinda coincides with what we've already put out there for a resolution, but you guys are all allowed to take a look and take a read, and you can take it home to read. I don't expect you now, cause it's a lot of paperwork. And I got a lot more paperwork for you.
Can't read mine.
So
Good friend.
other than that, you can actually, that's all different, I'm gonna hand that one to
So
you.
we're done, so everything.
Oh, no, one more, sorry. End of, Stagecoach Road. Jim Hall is, looking to buy some land off Margot, but that road we only take care of it to a certain point. And he wants to buy the land beyond it. He doesn't want the town to open it up, it becomes a class 4 road, but he wanted to bring a couple of loads of gravel up and take care of it himself, just so he can access that land.
Is
And,
that stagecoach the one that goes down by the hay farm at the end?
yeah,
Go straight.
but you know
Is
what I mean,
that-
like.
is that a class
right-
four?
We go so far and stop and you can drive it a
think
little
that-
ways.
Right, so that's what I mean, like, everybody else kinda takes care of their own class 4 roads, so I
Yeah,
told
it's
him I didn't think it was a big deal, but I would check with you
But
guys
it
to
goes
make
all the way
sure.
through, right?
He's only looking for it for
Yeah,
hunting
yeah.
rights, not for,
So,
Yeah, yeah.
Best
it's
land
not,
for
so
Margot.
do we gotta look and make sure the culvert, or the needs a
No,
culvert or
it's-
nothing, it's just.
that's him, yeah.
Is he going that far, the culvert?
It just says a couple loads of gravel,
He just wants to,
just enough to get out there, must be.
yeah, so where we end plowing, it's just enough that
Yeah.
he wants to be able to drive that.
We don't
little
have
bit
to
extra.
plow past the road.
No.
No, he doesn't wanna bring it up to specs, he just wants to be able to get there if he buys it. And I didn't think, cause everybody else around here that we have Do you know what I mean?
So
Class
that's the
four.
left side of the road going down, after you go by Margot's, he bought some on the left.
I don't think he's bought it
No, he's supposed to be.
Who
doing
owns
it.
the right side now, has that been sold, that 40 acre lot or whatever? it is?
Yeah, you don't go down Stagecoach Road.
Well, there was a lot.
I'd ask
Oh, that's
Ian.
her daughter.
They did buy
Yes,
that
no, the daughter bought that, yeah.
from, okay.
yet. I helped Jamie
Phone
put a
back,
service in there on the right,
Huh?
where the road looks like it
What?
is.
I said, ask Ian.
Yeah, no, that's another whole, thing.
So we,
So, no, I just wanted to make sure, like, that I was telling him the truth, that, you know, like, if you wanna, you know, if you're trying to get to your land and you're considering that a driveway, like, you can do what you want,
Yeah, we're-
but the town's not gonna be responsible for it
I
after you're
moved
done.
that, Jim.
Right.
if
And he
has
goes,
to.
no, I'd only want it for hunting, I don't care.
If Jim
Yeah,
needs to
okay.
haul some gravel in, we're all right.
Okay, yeah.
I'll second it.
Yeah. Did we get into some discussion on another application of a class 4 somewhere to
Oh,
that?
that
same
was at the
effect?
end of
He
the
always,
one down here.
yeah. Yeah, so that's all I have, now you can close.
I moved to close the meeting.
Second?
Thank you.
Bye.
You're slipping, Don.